The first item she found online that had belonged to her brother was a pair of green cleats with his no. 18 scrawled inside. She bought them immediately. It's not much, Carly item told me, but it's something. Then there was a pair of white cleats and a pair of University of Oregon gym shorts that still reeked of sweat. When a memorabilia broker listed Spencer Webb's helmet from the 2021 Fiesta Bowl, she cobbled together the $2,500 to buy it. I would literally pay anything to just have something that's not even football, that's just truly his, Carly said. A favorite shirt jacket, a backpack for school, a picture he had on his wall. She began to cry. I don't really have much use for football memorabilia when I had to Google what a tight end was when he joined the Ducks. Grief takes many forms. And for Carly, the 32-year-old half-sister who cared for Spencer when he was a baby, and she was still a child, this is part of how she has coped. It's been 1 year since July 13, 2022, the day Webb died after falling from a cliff while climbing near Triangle Lake in a remote part of Lane County. Carly, who is one of Webb's 4 half-siblings, has spent the past 365 days doing all she can to maintain a link to her brother. After learning how long it took for witnesses to reach the paramedics, she became an advocate for solar-powered satellite call boxes to be installed in rural parks, like the one near Triangle Lake. And while some members of the Webb family waged a public paternity battle, when a woman Spencer had recently met online announced she was pregnant with his baby, Carly instead sent gifts. She sent Ducks onesies and blankets and a flag that read, "Baby Duck on board." When the woman, Kelly Green, visited Webb's hometown of Dixon, California, when the baby boy was born in March, Green named him Spider in honor of Spencer's nickname. Carly celebrated the arrival of a nephew. I wasn't just going to sit there and have family be out in the world and not have that relationship, she said. I lost everything that we were heading towards in terms of having that close brother-sister relationship, she told me this week. I can't make up for anything I missed. I've come to accept that. When Spencer was a baby, much of the responsibility of caring for him fell to Carly. She was 9. They had the same mom, but it was a chaotic home, she said, and it just wasn't a really good environment. She remembers putting Spencer in the stroller and walking him to daycare before going to her elementary school, buying groceries, diapers, and clothes. He was my little buddy, Carly says. We went everywhere together and hung out with my friends. But the state eventually stepped in. Carly went to foster care, and Spencer moved in with his grandparents, and later his half-brother Cody, who helped get him through high school and to college on a football scholarship. Family is messy, particularly families as complicated as Spencer Webb's. He and his 4 siblings came from 4 sets of parents. It's hard to maintain a relationship between 2 children when the adults aren't helping bridge that gap, Carly said. She visited him once when he was 10, and he proudly gave her a ribbon he had recently won at a swim meet. By the time she made it back home, she says, a family member had called and asked her not to visit again. But she never forgot the baby brother she had helped raise, or what it felt like to tussle his hair when he was falling asleep, or how much he loved playing games of tackle, a precursor to his football career. When Spencer turned 18, she says, he got his first cell phone. And they started over. Carly and her husband, Devin, traveled from their home outside of Sacramento to Eugene for Webb's first home game against Bowling Green in 2018. Even though he was redshirting, they proudly watched him stand on the sideline. The day after the game, they hung out and visited until 3 a.m. If I'd known what I know now, I just never would have left, she said. They stayed in touch, mostly by Snapchat. She said Spencer told her about girls he was dating. She patiently explained to him what had happened with their family when he was a baby. How she felt like she was basically his mom at such a young age. "I love you, sis," he wrote to her. In October 2020, Carly was diagnosed with breast cancer. 5 days later, she discovered she was pregnant. The last thing she ever told her brother was that she was cancer-free. "He was so excited I was in remission," she said. That was last spring. Carly told him she could finally start visiting again and wanted to travel to every Ducks game in Eugene in the fall. He could finally meet his niece, Vivienne, who was born in May 2021. Carly will continue to search for items that belong to her brother and do what she can to forge any relationship she still can, even in his memory. 4 years ago, they may have been strangers. Not now.